Hey everybody, let's talk about Alpha Flight #1. So I am Canadian, so you basically have to get this comic because it just comes with the territory. I haven't gone to the comic shop yet, so we're looking at it on digital just to get this video out. It is a few days late. I've been super busy. Plus my finger, I had to go get more x-rays and I had to see the surgeon and all that, so I haven't been to the shop. I will get there. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow, so depending on when you're seeing this video, tomorrow is a live stream. We're starting the Fourth World Friday. So every Friday, we're going to be talking about Jack Kirby's Fourth World. That's in addition to our Legion live stream. So Legion of Superheroes every Monday. So check out those two streams. They're super fun. Alpha Flight #1. I have the original Alpha Flight #1 with the yellow cover as well. I still have that one from back in the day. So that's great. I've got a few of those issues. I liked Alpha Flight. It was pretty good. So we're going to review this using my space system. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in any category. If I give the storyline of this a 2 out of 2, saying it's a perfect storyline, that does not mean that the storyline of Alpha Flight #1 is better than Watchmen. What it means is that for the money that you spend, for what you expect to get out of an Alpha Flight comic for a #1, that's how good the story was. I'm reviewing this kind of against itself, plus sort of modern, team Marvel books, right? I'm going to give the storyline a 1. I pretty much called everything that was going to happen pretty fast. 1 is a pass. If a comic gets a 5 out of 10, that's kind of a pass. 6 is like a little bit more than a pass. 7 or 8 is really good. 9 or 10 is, wow, my mind's blown. So this ain't going to be getting no 9 or 10. But I don't think it's going to be a fail, but let's see how the numbers play out. So Alpha Flight is assembled here, Department H. They, I guess my channel started out being an X-Men heavy channel. And this entire Krakoa era, the Krakoan era, whatever, has just kind of played out for me. I'm really excited for 2024 because they're doing the Fall of X. I just want this to hurry up and fall. I'm not even buying these issues anymore. I just want this to reboot and go back. I really like the tagline for the original X-Men, which is they're mutants, there's evil mutants and there's good mutants, but it doesn't matter because humanity is scared or hates mutants. They're either scared of them or just flat out hate them. I like the idea that there's a few good mutants out there who are fighting the good fight for humanity, even though they're hated. That's kind of gone away, and it went away and almost reversed to where they're like, well, they're running the show and now they can't be killed and all this stuff. And it was interesting. I started it when it started. I can go back to my X-Men playlist and there it is. The first video on this channel is now the X-Men video. I had other videos prior to that, but I deleted a lot of my old videos because they just weren't relevant anymore. But now my first video on my channel is X-Men. So go back and check out that playlist if you want to see how into X-Men I was. I bought every comic and reviewed all of them. But it's just not doing it for me, and this is connected to that, and I just don't care. So apparently mutants are banned, and they have to live on Mars now, or Araco, whatever it's called. And Department H has formed. Alpha Flight, again, reformed it with Vindicator, Puck, Snowbird, and Shaman. I don't know if that's what he's still called or if that's now not appropriate or whatever. I literally have no idea. I don't think they name him in this comic. And they're here to protect Canada from the mutants. Yay. But Aurora and Northstar are mutants. Uh-oh, dilemma. What are we going to do? Well, of course, we know what we're going to do. We're going to just team up with them anyways. So that's a spoiler for you, but it doesn't matter. If you're seeing this on YouTube, then you could see it a bit earlier because I do give early access to my Patreon subscribers. So that's patreon.com/jman77 if you want early access. But yeah, so 1 out of 2 for the storyline. I'm gonna give the pacing, I'll give it a 1. The pacing's fun. I'll give it a 1.5. The pacing's fun. It's fine. You go through the action. It sets everything up. It's an issue 1. It's going to be longer. Pacing's always a problem with #1 because you got to explain stuff. So, but it was okay. I wasn't really bored. The story's just not doing it for me. It's okay. That's why I gave it a pass. They're really working together to help mutants, right? And I mean, the pacing suffered a little bit because once I kind of figured that out. I'm like, well, the mutants are supposed to be the good guys. So it's like, the mutants are ruling everybody and being mean to humans, and they're supposed to be the good guys. And I understand that humans were scared or hated mutants, but not all of them. And now it's like these mutants are just like lording over humanity, and I don't understand what the point of that is. Like, to me, the mutants are behaving more like villains than heroes. Like, heroes do things out of a sense of like purpose and goodness and something inside of them that wants to do heroic deeds to help people. They're not doing it for personal glory, and they're not doing it to be loved, right? So I don't get it. It just doesn't register for me. So I'm glad this whole thing is ending. But anyways, back to this. Pacing was fine. I'm going to give the art 1.5. I actually like the art here. I think the colors pop nicely. Vindicator looks cool to me. There's some, it's like there's some panels, but it's done in a bit of a more interesting way. So the layouts are pretty good. I did not read this. Can we stop with these editorial pages? But yeah, the art's pretty good. See here, this is a box Sentinel. So they've got Sentinels now, but the Canadian Sentinels are sleeker, better. They can go through walls and they're controlled. So that's kind of cool. I do like that. So that's a really interesting aspect to the story. But yeah, art was pretty good. I really like the art here. So 1.5 for the art. I'm going to give the characters a 1. I like Vindicator. I like Puck. I like these characters, but I didn't really get to know them too well. I don't even know what they call Shaman in this comic. So that's kind of, they're okay. I'm giving it a pass. The characters are fine. I wish they would do a little bit more with them to flesh them out a little bit more, but that's going to come, I'm supposing, through other issues. And for enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 1. So I'm going to give this a 5. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10, which is a pass. A little bit more than a pass. 6 out of 10, I think, is very fair. I just wasn't, I was a bit underwhelmed because I thought this might be really fun. I feel that a lot of these creators now have to go with this, I know they're towing the line and they got to follow the storyline set out by the main continuity universe of the 616 or whatever with the Krakoans and stuff. I'm looking for more of a fun take on a team. This is why Marvel to me has been very, very lackluster recently. Joe Fixit was clearly the best comic of this year or last year or whatever year it came out of. Peter David gave us a Grey Hulk, and it was fun. I wanted to pick up Alpha Flight and be like, okay, let's have some fun, with this book. We don't want to make it a big political thing. And I don't mean political thing like real politics. What I mean is political thing within the 616 universe of the mutants and all this. I literally don't care about the mutants anymore. I don't care, which is sad because I'm a big X-Men guy. My whole entire, got Sentinel here. My entire arm is Cyclops. Like the mutants are like kind of my favorite character. Besides Spider-Man, Hulk, Daredevil, and like Hawkeye, everyone else is mutants. Like, I like those few characters from childhood, and then every other character I love is a mutant. Cyclops is my favorite character. So I feel disappointed that the reason I like these mutant characters because I felt that the X-Men books were exciting. You'd pick one up, you're like, whoa, what's going to happen next? Awesome characters, great battles, that kind of a thing. It's just gone, and I just missed those days. I wish they'd bring them back. Bring back just bring back the 90s at least, where it was like off the wall crazy action and bombastic art and like, that kind of manga style art where everything's like huge and big and exploding. At least bring that back then if you can't go back to your sort of your bronze X-Men. But let's see what happens in 2024. I'll jump back on X-Men and I will definitely bring you the reviews for that. Alpha Flight, 6 out of 10. I think it's pretty fair. It's okay. I will read issue 2 just to read it, see where this progresses, but I was really hoping for something a little bit more fun. Didn't happen this time. Let's see if it happens. We'll go from there. All right, until next time.